Guys, so I did just start backtesting. I was backtesting a little bit before the stream started. This is the only thing I've backtested, but I really like this pin bar. It's a 3 minute pin bar. It comes with SMT. I thought it was a precision swing point initially, but it's just a regular pin bar, but I still like it a lot because at this point it looks pretty clear that time and price are aligned, and well, at least you could go break even here, and we go all the way lower. And in real life, when if I were to take this pin bar, I would likely scale out. Obviously, a lot off at 4 projections, and then also a lot off at 7 projections because this is a giant rejection block. But honestly, I do think it's pretty nice here. This 3 minute pin bar with SMT, especially it's going into the macro. So anyway, that's the only thing I've backtested. We're going to jump right into it and figure out what else we can backtest. So, a lot of interesting stuff today. I was checking for absorption at those highs. Did not see any. Now, I do think we probably had another way to catch this short. And I think it was via change in state of delivery. Now, I was looking for a new day opening gap that we were delivering off of. I didn't see one, unfortunately, which is kind of lame, but regardless, we could probably change the state of delivery out of this, I'm pretty sure. So, yeah, I'm not sure. You know what? I'm not exactly sure where the higher time frame key level is, but once again, if you're sure that time and price are aligned, you don't necessarily need the higher time frame key level, right? So honestly, upon this change in state of delivery, I actually really like this, and I would not be opposed to going short right there, right? And then we even probably have a 30-second one. I think the 30-second one was the most obvious one. And it might have been an inversion for value gap too. Yeah, I mean, you can just tell, like, in this situation that it looks like we're going to dump. So, boom, there's your change in state of delivery. So I like this 30-second CSD. All of these low resistant lows. Seems pretty clear to me that we're ready to go. And honestly, right when we get this close, or even on the retest, I would take this like this, possibly, or I would wait for this one, right? But I don't know. This is just an idea of for a trade, right? Boom, stop loss above the S&T. Honestly, let's just say that we entered on retest. There's 4 projections. There's 7 projections. That's so sick. Y'all see how perfect that is, right? How could that be random? How could that be random? We go exactly 4 projections, exactly 7 projections. That's right. It's not. It is not random. Period. End of story. It is just not random. Sorry. Sorry, everyone who thought it was random. Spoiler alert, these markets are not random. So, boom, there's 4 projections, there's 7 projections, market open lows, bang. Once again, just this would be entry on the change state delivery retest. You could have stop loss above there. You also don't need stop loss that high, honestly. You could probably get away with maybe even stop loss at the liquidity sweep. Oh, that is how I measured it, huh? Okay, so I guess I kind of have to measure it like that. 4 and then 7. Bang. And all of this being low resistance. Once again, I don't know if I would for sure see this, but this is one way you could have taken it. The shorts, just off of that change in state. Now, there honestly was probably an inversion for value gap as well. I'll take a look at that. Once again, I already checked for absorption. There wasn't really anything obvious that I saw. So, saving this. This is 30-second change in state delivery, 10, 27, 30. CSD on the 30-second. Okay, let's go ahead and save that. Okay, there might have been an inversion for value gap. I don't know. I kind of want to look at something else now. Oh, you know what? Check out that outside bar. That outside bar is nice. Dang. Right? And keep in mind, like, we already had the SMT and everything, right? Then we get this outside bar. Look at how nice this looks. I'm taking this every single time. If I see this, dude, what a great trade, this outside bar. So, takes the par candles high and low and then closes with some nice displacement. Right? And then bang. Yeah, this is A+ right here. I would take this every time. Right, and now this is actually really, really good RR, honestly. And then let's project this out. Yeah. I would take it like that. What a beautiful trade. That right there is textbook. About as textbook as it gets. Dang, bro. That's so sick. This is why I backtest, because I always see something cool that I can learn from. Yeah, guys, that is so obvious. Is that not like one of the most obvious trades you've ever seen? Okay, let's go ahead and screenshot. $10.28 outside bar on the 2-minute. It's crazy how you have the winners mentally to keep going and have a great grind, but zero common sense that your strategy is... What? I'm gonna ignore you, bro. Bro, you know that I've made $500 in the past 6 or 7 trading days, right? 6 wins, 1 loss, 5 break-evens. You are aware of that, right? So I would shut up. I would shut up. I want to see your trading results in the last 6 trading days. You show me your trading results. Also, you're born in 2008, bro. How old are you? You're a little, what, 18? 17? I don't even know. But, dude, get out of my stream if you're going to just say stuff you don't understand. And if you say anything else, I'm blocking you. So, actually, I'm gonna block you right now. I'm gonna hide you on this channel, and I'm gonna delete your comment. Bye bye. Bye. Okay, back to what I was saying. Beautiful outside bar to the downside here. And I got the screenshot. Bang. Yeah, that is a sick trade right there. Jeez, I'm taking that every time. I'm taking that every single time. What a beautiful trade. I got the screenshot in already. Then we could also show the version where we take this all the way down to market open lows. Or, yeah. Yeah, that's fine. $10.28 outside bar on the 2-minute, number 2. Haters gonna hate because they can't do what I'm doing. They can't do what I'm doing live. So all they can do is hate. Hope you know 1 week doesn't define if you're profitable or not. And I'm not saying 1 week does. I mean, look at my all-time results right now. It's 1.35 profit factor. 1.35. And man, most hedge funds can't get a profit factor of 1.35. All-time profit factor. So, is that 1 week? Is that 1 week, or is that the entire course of my trading career so far? And I'm not even a professional trader yet. Is that 1 week, or is that the entire course of my trading career? 1.35 profit factor. You can't make that up. You can't make that up. And it's only getting better. It's only getting better. Hedge funds can't even do 1.35. Hedge funds can't do 1.35. Hey man, bro, I'm a mute. You know what? I'm sick of Ant-Man, bro. I am removing Ant-Man on my channel. Hey man, you're never gonna be able to talk on my channel again. I'm sick of seeing you, honestly. So you're getting hidden. Bye bye. Bye. Ant-Man's gone forever. Dude. I don't need that crap. I don't. So, I'm never going to see Ant-Man's messages again. I really don't need that. Alright, let's keep backtesting. Okay. We also had a 5-minute change to state delivery. Maybe you could have taken that, right? A lot of interesting ways to take this. We could mark out this 5-minute change in state. I don't know if that is like the most clear thing. Maybe it'd be, nah, I think the 5 minutes fine, honestly. Like, I like this 5-minute change in state. Because reality is, when we get this, it's pretty clear that we are going to go down to run these lows. Like, you could even just take this as a small, pretty strong. You can pretty easily take this as a scalp here with this 5-minute CISD. With SMT, I definitely do not mind it. We don't retest it, but honestly, that's okay. I don't know. This definitely not necessarily a trade everyone's gonna take, but if you want to try this 1R, you could definitely do that. I kind of like that. I mean, it's not like the greatest trade in the world, but I'll still mark it. $10.30 CSD on the 5-minute. Once again, not super obvious, but I'm still gonna mark it. Okay. Yeah, I almost certainly would not take it, but I just want to observe stuff. 10.30 CSD on the 5-minute. Dang, and we got a 5-minute outside bar at 10.30. That we should look at that because that's actually kind of light bulb. Wait, yeah, we should definitely look at this. We got market open low swept. This is a pretty textbook trade. And then let's check true opens. So 730's down there, unmanipulated, but that's fine. Thing is though, I think you'd probably go break even here, and or you'd have to just target this unhit gap. Okay, actually, now that I'm looking at it, I don't actually think it's that great because the only draw on liquidity is this untapped gap, and then you can see right when we hit it, we don't really go much higher. Yeah, now that I think about it, it's not actually that good. There were a lot of trades. Like, we had a SMT. How was your day going? Dude, it's good. I took a win today. I had a really great week last week. I'm doing good, bro. I'm doing good. Thanks for asking. Yep, I just keep moving forward. It's crazy because I had two people leave hate on me since I started the stream, and I blocked them both because it's so stupid. But I appreciate you because you're just yeah, I don't know, you're just a genuine dude. I feel like, the better you get or the more successful you get, the more hate you get. I don't know why that is, but I feel like that's definitely a thing. Hey, there's the trade I took. It was a good trade. Yeah, we had SMT with this low, with YM. I saw your order block and breaker block short video. That was fire. Thanks for sharing that. Yeah, dude. I'm glad people are finding that helpful. That was the stuff no one would ever explain to me. And then, like, it really opened my mind once I realized that like all kinds of I have all kinds of videos like that honestly blow your mind. So I definitely recommend checking them all out. Oh, I know what I want to look at right now. I know exactly what I want to look at. I want to look at this for value gap here because I said, guys, this was probably going to be a 2022 gap, and you can see that it was, right? Now, realistically, like I always say, I just try and use these 2022 models for bias because they're kind of hard for me to trade. But nonetheless, you could still take it. So market open lows. Got swept. You got a new subscriber right now. Hey, thanks, bro. Appreciate it. Yeah, you seem like such a genuine dude, bro. Thank you. That means a lot to me. Jake, you ever see yourself making a boot camp? Yeah, once I make over $100,000 from trading, I think that's honestly the point where you can say, yeah, I'm actually pretty legit. So once I do make over $100,000, I will make a boot camp probably. But until then, I'm just gonna keep doing me. Saw what you're looking at right now. What's that? Saw what you're looking at right now in a trade. I'm just back testing, just reviewing the market. Because here's the thing about making a boot camp, like I've always wanted to make a boot camp, but the problem is I keep learning and I keep learning exponentially all the time. And and then like the stuff that I would think like even 3 to 6 months ago, I'm like some of that stuff was kind of wrong. Like for instance, like 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 the most simple things, like what is an order block, or like things like you don't realize until you really get very in depth into backtesting, and then you realize, wait, so this supposed rule that I thought was like strict rule is actually a lot more lenient than I would have thought, and then it's like it's just this giant like spiral of you keep learning and learning and learning, and I feel like the point where I'd be able to make a boot camp and say, you know what, this is like the point where I'm ready to make a boot camp would probably be once I've seriously made real money from trading. I think that makes a lot of sense. But in the meantime, you can watch all my short form vids. I got so many of those. So okay. Like I said, I liked this gap here. And hey, we got 4 projections. That's kind of cool. I'm not gonna say I obviously would not take this. I would use this for bias, but I'm just gonna mark it. So if I was to use this for bias, how would I do so and how would I take a trade? Let's look at that. '22 model on the 1 minute, 11:05. So yeah, let's go down lower time frame. There, that inversion for value gap right here is not terrible. It's like it's a decent scalp. What I'm talking about is on the 32nd, but I don't know. It's not the greatest. It's okay. I like that it's delivering from this, and we already have market opens swept. Oh, I was gonna look at true opens. I completely forgot. I lose my train of thought so easily. It's so stupid. Okay, 922.30. So bang. Guys, the more I get into trading, the more I realize how important sure opens are. It's like I don't know why no one else talks about them. It's like it's literally like you it's like a map. It's a map to the market. Like are we in discount or are we in premium relative to this period of time? I don't know why other people don't talk about them, but that's okay. I don't need to do everything like everyone else cuz if I did then well, then I'd be like everyone else, and I don't want to be like everyone else. I want to be me. I like this. I think there's an unfilled 5 minute above. I never thought I would trade with an OB or BB in my chart. No, like you saved me, bro. Yeah, exactly. That's why I don't want to make a mentorship, like a real mentorship, unless, you know, like there's a difference between helping people and then also just like I don't know, claiming you've mastered the craft, right? And I'm not I've never once ever said that I've claimed that I've mastered the craft. And that's kind of where I'm like, that like I can make free YouTube videos and stuff to show people what I've learned. That doesn't mean that I'm saying that I've really become the expert either. But, you know, eventually I would like to make a whole thing start to finish on how to truly learn trading, like real trading, not all this BS stuff from fake mentors. I want to show how to actually trade, and so eventually, yeah, I would like to, but just not yet. Just just waiting for the right time, and then yeah, yeah, that's basically what I'm trying to say is, I want it to be, you know, objectively authentic that, I've made good money from trading. So this is a nice little scalp here on the 30-second, and then you can go break even at this high. Oh yeah, I was gonna look at the other low time frame true open. Hold on. Yeah, I mean, there's so many different ways to enter in the market. I don't think it's necessarily not strategy. It is. It's not necessarily strategy. It's more like it's psychology 100%. Like psychology, in my opinion, it is it is a core requirement. It is literally like you either have psychology or you're not a trader. You're a gambler, right? It's literally step one to being a trader. From there, if you understand liquidity, you can trade any entry model. Period. If you understand the market seeking highs and lows, seeking to manipulate and expand, from there, that's where I would say it's not about the strategy, it's about understanding of liquidity. But prior to that, number one, you have to have psychology. If you don't have trading psychology, if you go on tilt, you're gambling. Like, period. Right? If you're not using risk management, you are gambling. I don't care what anyone thinks, you're wrong. I now you would make money. You got a whole Discord community that would help each other, but those mentors are just greedy. $4,000 for a mentor is a scam. Yeah, man, there's so many people out there that are just completely fake, and it is sad. There's you would think there'd be more real people, but reality is trading's hard. Reality is trading is really really hard, and it's a lot harder than people think. It's a lot harder than people think. It's not impossible. No one's ever thought it's impossible. Or, well, some people think it's impossible, but it is 100% not impossible. But it's like the reality of the amount of people claiming to be profitable is a lot less than the reality, unfortunately. I tilted today, bro. I did win a tiny bit earlier today on stream with you, but I kept trading. Dang, bro. Yeah, John. Bro, it's hard. I didn't get over tilt for quite a bit into my trading journey, but you'll come to the point where you realize you will never become a successful trader if you keep tilting. Like, this is the thing that I realized is not tilting is literally the most important step than any other thing. It's more important than taking a 10-hour trade. It's more important than watching all of Ice-T's mentorship. If you can master not tilting, you are ahead of 95% of other traders. That is step one. If you can master not tilting, you are already automatically in the top 5%. From there, to get to the top 5%, to the 1 or top 0.5%, you'll refine your edge. But, dude, just the only thing I want you to focus on, the only thing in all of trading I want you to focus on right now is don't tilt. Don't tilt ever again. If you can do that, you're going to be in the top 95% of traders. Period. That's all I want you to focus on. Don't focus on, oh man, I took a loss. Don't care if you took a loss. Journal it. It's okay. But yeah, that's what I would say. What up, Javier? Good to see you, bro. Just having a chill journaling session here. So nice little scalp there. I don't know if I would take that. It's kind of a scary trade, but maybe. I don't know. I like to journal things, different things. 11:13 version for value gap. What, on the 32nd? Like I said, I'm just marking out what I see here. I kind of want to take a look at the first center for value gap, and if we used it, and if so, how. Am I on live? Been busy at work? You're totally good, bro. No worries. No worries. There's, that's the reality is there's other things you got to do, so it's all good. But we keep grinding, we keep showing up, we keep grinding in all ways. I mean, it is not easy. Yeah, so this was the first center for value gap, and this was it, right? Yeah, there's no other gaps. I don't know if there was really any trades off of it, actually, now that I think about it. Oh shoot, I remember I tape read this live. Remember I said the 2022 gap, and then I said we had a line time frame change and stayed off of it. I tape read this live. I remember tape reading this live. This is kind of cool. Check this out. Right, here are true opens, and all of this accumulation, we have triple equal lows, right? So there's accumulation below true opens. We purge this low into the first percent for value, not the first percent for value gap, the 2022 gap. So that's gonna be our higher time frame key level. I know, 1 minute as higher time frame, you're like probably rolling your eyes, but dude, it's all fractal. You can check this out, right? Liquidity sweep into this gap here, right? So I did tape read this. It was I either tape read it off stream or on stream. I can't remember. I traded Forex my whole life. I'm willing to trade NASDAQ and SP. Any tips for me? You can trade whatever you want, dude. Liquidity, understanding the market manipulates and expands, works on every single chart. It works on every single chart. The market moves to run old highs and old lows and run liquidity on every single chart. You can trade Forex, you can trade S&P and NASDAQ. It's just a lot easier in the United States to trade S&P and NASDAQ because I think it's just less regulation. I think you can trade Forex, but I don't know. It's just, I don't know. I just know for sure futures are just like pretty super safe, and so I just like trading them because of that. Dang it. Dang it, Javier. But it's okay. You just keep showing up and you're gonna catch those trades. You will. I actually like these equal highs here. So this is how I take this. Up these equal highs. Once again, this is my 2022 plus model where what you're looking for is the 2022 gap and a line time frame change and stayed off of it. Check this out, by the way. I just want to show you how precise these markets are. What's this? This is the change in state of delivery, right? We come down. We have an old low here. We soup the old low. Do you guys remember my turtle soup video? Do you remember my turtle soup video? The how to turtle soup part 2. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go watch that video because this is the perfect example of this. This is the perfect example where you'll have a change in state delivery, you'll have an old low that rests perfectly right above it, and then you come down, tap it, and there's no drawdown. None. None. No drawdown. You soup the low with precision. Check that out, guys. Go watch my How to Turtle Soup Part 2 video, and you'll see what I'm talking about, and you'll see exactly, this is exactly what I was saying. Lots of people switch over from Forex futures and like futures a lot more. Yeah, I like futures. I don't know. I just think it's fun. I like being able to say, oh yeah, predicted the stock market today. I don't know. But yeah, go watch that video, How to Turtle Soup Part 2, and I explain this exact thing. So we can project out. Honestly, I would go from here to here. And wow, would you look at that? We run up to those equal highs. I don't even need projections here. Bang. How cool is that? The more you backtest, the more you're going to see this stuff in the charts. Literally just, like, even when you don't want to backtest, just show up and backtest, and you'll see stuff like this. You will. You just got to show up, and then you just keep learning, and you keep seeing stuff, and you're like, wait, the market was doing this the whole time? And then you just can't ever go back to not being a trader because you realize, wow, if I just keep grinding, I'm going to make it, right? I don't know why the people don't see it, but I just keep moving. Bang. Bang. Right off that change in state on that aligned time frame off of this gap here. So let's go ahead and screenshot that. And you can see how much further up we actually go. Like, we go up all the way. So this is my 2022 plus model at 11:11. Let's see what time exactly. 11:11:15. One minute aligned with the 5 second. I'm just willing for a good change, but I'm learning how Nasdaq and S&P moves most volatility sessions. Yeah, they do. It will move a little different, but in all honesty, all markets move to run liquidity. So, just if you understand all markets move to run highs and lows, then you'll understand that. I mean, as long as you understand that, you're good. Let's see. What else is there? What else? I did say we had that 5-minute outside bar. Let's see if there were any like uses of the new day opening gaps. It really feels like we did not use new day opening gaps today, which is fine. It's just surprising. We reacted perfectly off of this, which is kind of cool. What even is this one? Anyway, What else should I look at? Oh yeah, let's take a look at that breaker and for value gap trade. Remember that breaker and for value gap trade I talked about live on stream? That was nice. Where you have a high step close candle there. We can actually go on the 3-minute, and I think it's very obvious on the 3-minute. I do trade in Forex, but I really like an immigrant trade there. Sorry. Wait, what? Anyway. So, here's this up move. Look how we efficiently deliver this breaker, by the way. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. If you don't understand, like, what is this? This is the move up. This is the move up before the move lower. So high or low, high, right? Let me circle these. Low, high, lower low, which sweeps out all of these lows, and then displacement higher. Okay, so what is that? That's a breaker, right? This right here is a breaker. You can mark it out like this, like this. I think this is nice. This is the whole entire range of this up move, right? Breaker, and then fair value gap, right? And you can mark it out like this, like I was talking about, or you can use my version of implied gaps and mark it out like that. Bang. So there's your 3-minute breaker and for value gap. And what was I saying live on stream? We could look for an aligned time frame changes to delivery off of this. So drop down to a 15-second. And okay, and this was actually an inversion for value gap, I think. Maybe it was a 30-second. I can't remember. Might have been a 5-second one. I'm just confused what you even said, bro. I don't even know what you said. But it's okay. It is a 5-second outside bar. That 5-second outside bar actually cooked. We'll look at that after we look at the 15-second. So yeah, first let's look at this, where basically we have an aligned time frame inversion for value gap off of our breaker and for value gap here. So 3-minute breaker, 3-minute for value gap, and then on the aligned time frame, we might even have S&T actually. Go to ES. But you guys remember when I marked this on stream? I said on stream that this was a good trade, and honestly, I should have been looking for it more. I should have been aware of it, and I should have been aware of the possibility of it more. So that was a mistake, but it's all good. So I guess there's S&T. It's kind of weird, but there is S&T, so I'll mark it. Honestly, not compare the two since I have only traded on the futures market, but I've heard mentors say that everyone should switch to futures. At the end of the day, it's personal preference. So, like, if you want to trade Forex, go for it. I don't know. I like futures. See nothing wrong with them. I think it's just easier from a regulatory standpoint, but I actually don't really know for sure. And I don't really care to know because I just know that I like trading futures. So I'm okay with it. I would not be opposed to trading like gold or something though. That'd be kind of fun. Honestly, I would just take profit at the end of this little chunk of LRLR here, which is probably around 2 projections. You know what? You could actually put stop loss beneath the IFEG here, and you could actually get 2R out of this. I kind of like this. Once again, with this being LRLR here, boom, boom, there you go. Clean little scalp there. Once again, you would really have to be anticipating it, right? If you're not anticipating it, it's highly unlikely you're going to catch this move. But if you were anticipating it, sweet, right? And we utilize the rejection block, so that's technically Phoenix model. So, anyway. And then up to that LRLR there. We could check to see if there was absorption as well. $9.45.15. Flow state aligning a 3-minute with a 15-second. Okay, well, yeah, let's check to see if there's absorption. It was, yeah, there were definitely some trapped sellers here. We had, so this is kind of what you want to see. Sometimes absorption, it's kind of weird. Sometimes, from what I've actually started to realize, is you really just want to see trapped people. It's not necessarily perfectly like, oh, this, like, obviously it'd be a little better if they market sold the exact lows, but clearly we can see, okay, this whale sold 31 here. This whale sold 47 here. Why do we care about whales? Because the people that are, how do I explain this? Why do we care about whales and not just like the random people? Because the smart money is going after the largest dumb money, right? They want to go target the largest dumb money because that's where they're going to make the most money. So we want to pay attention to the largest market sellers or the largest market buyers and then kind of trading against them because these are going to be the dumbest whales. So this guy sold 47, this guy sold 31, this guy sold 20. So we have 3 different whales that market sold into this dump, and then we get an inversion for value gap against them. We know that that these whales will be underwater at this LRLR, so we take this inversion with the idea that all 3 of these whales are going to be underwater at this LRLR, and then bang. So that's the logic behind that. So we had lots of whales here. For me, it's been like 4 years trading Forex. What do you think? Been a bit different for me. What do you think about ICT? I don't care what anyone thinks about ICT. His concepts work, and I use his concepts. And I personally think that he is just pretending like he doesn't know how to trade because he wants to keep his concepts hidden and thinks it's funny. He's no need to prove it to anyone. He doesn't really care. But obviously his concepts work, and so either he's just trying to be funny and he obviously he wants to keep his concepts hidden, or he has some emotional issues. But I think it's more likely the first scenario where he just thinks it's funny that people think he's a bad trader, but he really actually knows a lot of stuff. But that's just my opinion. A lot of people will call me crazy for thinking that, but I really don't care because his concepts work, and that's what matters to me. But yeah, it's either one or the other, honestly. So yeah, trapped whales here, trapped market sellers, and then we go up, target that LRLR. 9:45:15. Flow state, 3-minute aligned with the 15-second. Number 2. Bang. Exactly. It's like his concepts all work, and at the end of the day, he's obviously a prankster. I think he just loves this whole entertaining of, like, you see how much he's on Twitter. He loves just the attention and making people think crazy things. And I don't know. I can just tell, like, he just thinks it's funny. That's just my opinion, though. Obviously, people are gonna completely disagree with me, and that's fine. But reality is, his concepts work, and I highly doubt that you invent all these concepts that work and trade for 30 years and don't really know what you're doing. I highly doubt it. Exactly. That's what I would say. Exactly. I think he just thinks it's funny. Okay. I might go use the bathroom real quick because I kind of have to use the bathroom, but I'll be right back, and then we'll keep back testing. So yeah, hang on. All right, I'm back. I don't really, I don't really know, but 90% loss rate is like a whole story. But making himself lose, I think it's a lie. I know his concept works but for me personally, I traded with it. But losing for fun is just a scam. I don't know, bro. Like I said, I think you can think whatever you want, but it's kind of hard to deny the precision in ICT concepts. But that's just my opinion. You can think whatever you want. I don't care. It doesn't change the fact that ICT concepts work. Okay, let's move on to look at something else. As I said, there was the outside bar here on the 3-minute, the 2-minute, and the 1-minute at market open. And this is honestly exactly what I thought was going to happen at market open with this outside bar. Is like I knew we would probably go higher off of it, but I knew it probably wouldn't be straightforward because there's no specific draw on liquidity and L or LR above. So this is my cantina kill shot where you take an outside bar at market open, but I didn't take it because there was no clear draw on liquidity. It was not super obvious. IC said himself they created IC concepts as a language to communicate to everyday people to translate what is happening in the algorithm. I mean, yeah. I guess that's one way to put it. If we could look over here more, I'm pretty sure this is Phoenix model. I'm almost certain it is. because we had SMT with this low. Okay, fine, I will look at it. Let's look at this now. I know this is like not during my live trading window, but still, I think it's cool, so I'm gonna look at it. Where basically we had SMT here, and we went into this rejection block. You can see SMT with ES. This rejection block takes liquidity here. Thanks, bro. Yeah, I think, I mean, yeah, but anyone can think whatever they want, and I don't even care if ICE-D is profitable. I'm still gonna use his concepts because they work. It's just the irony of it all. Like, even if ICE-D was completely a lunatic and was unprofitable, which maybe he is, his concepts work, and past that, I really do not care. So, yeah. So you guys can see that there's SMT here, right? And then rejection block on the 5 minute. And we probably use the consequent encroachment of it. So this is Phoenix model. Whoops. Minute rejection block, SMT with this low. How do we want to mark this out? Maybe like this. Okay. And then we could project out the rejection block. That's a nice Phoenix model. It's really nice. Boom, boom. And I guess we'll just mark out. First we'll mark out the Phoenix, and then the realistic way I would take it would be using a line time frame change state, which I'll show you guys right after. Honestly, I hardly ever take Phoenix model because it's just so risky on its own, but you know, such high RR. So, but I like to look for a line time frame change in state off of it. He has spoken about his childhood not being the easiest. I think he used trading to help him escape hard times, and now he wants to help others. I think so too. So, Phoenix on the 5 minute, 12:24. I don't feel like marking out the long and short position because I don't really care. 12:24, Phoenix on the 5 minute. Then yeah, I would look for a 30-second change in state off of this, and that would just be amazing if we had that. Let's see. Either 30 or 15-second change in state. Probably 15 will be better. Look at the precision in these markets, guys. You can't deny it. You can't. Look at that. You see bang, 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 liquidity sweep into the rejection block, and then bang, we have really obvious generated highs all through here. Wow, I wish I was trading this. And then yeah, 30-second change in state. I mean, obviously you could wait for something to inverse or whatever, but I guess technically you could take this like this. Or, yeah, lots of different ways to take this. Once again, you could also just use this for bias. It's all kind of personal preference. Oh, we were gonna use the we were gonna use the we were gonna look at that 5-second outside bar. I forgot to do that. Wait, 7 projections above this is actually like super nice. Eventually we go to it, but not right away. Anyway, obviously as always I scale out, so bang. There you go. So this is change in state off of Phoenix, which is just flow state, right? Because we have a 5-minute rejection block and then 30-second change in state. Bang. Obviously you could target much further, but... And once again, you could just use this for bias. You could just frame the model and use it for bias. There's really nothing wrong with that. Once again, flow state is just market maker models. That's all it is. 12:33 flow state, 5-minute, 30-second. Oh no, 15-second. 12:33:30. Flow state. This is a 15-second change in state. Do I re-screenshot it? Fine, let's re-screenshot it. Because this needs to be 15-second. Twelve 33:30 flow state, 5-minute aligned with the 15-second. Okay. Let's look at something else. I honestly might wrap it up. It's getting kind of late, actually. I did not realize how late it was. I did not realize that. Anything else? The inversion for value gap here. That is not bad. That is not bad. We should look at that. Let's look at that real quick. That's not bad at all. Especially when you consider we are delivering from a higher time frame gap. This is not bad. We have a 2-minute gap. We close beneath it. Yeah, I would take that every time. That's clean. That is clean. We have no drawdown with it too. This one might be trade of the day, honestly. Bang. Bearish SMT. and we're probably within a higher time frame gap. I think 15-minute BPR or something. We actually went pretty high. So my version of implied gaps. So 5-minute implied BPR. Yeah. Then an external sweep, maybe of this high. Nah, it's all good. I mostly like this sweep right here. Boom. And then the 2-minute closes very nicely here. Beautiful, just beautiful. And then I would put stop loss above that candle, honestly, or even above the breaker, either one. And then you could target this low. You could also target even further, up to you. That is a clean trade. Yeah, I think I might wrap it up, guys. And then all this consolidation here. Yeah, that's clean. And you could go break even here. Close to break even though, but it's not. Yeah, this is gonna be my last thing, and then I'm gonna post this as trade of the day on Twitter, and then I'm gonna be done. So yeah. Once again, TP at this low because it's just such an obvious swing low. Or you could even take profit within here at this rejection block. Either way, it's definitely more of a scalp type of trade, but yeah. Screenshot that. And that's at 10:30. Inversion for value gap on the 2-minute. 10:30 IPG on the 2-minute. Okay, let's put that as trade of the day, and then I'll be done. I like this though. Very clean inversion right here. Where is it? Where is it? Trade of the day. Trade of the day. Thursday. Monday. Date 3/16/26. Time. What was it? 10:30. 10:30. All right. Bang. Posted that. And with that, guys, I will see you guys tomorrow. If you guys show up